It was a long and sometimes winding road before this lorry driver could bring his goods across the border between France and Belgium without even having to bother to stop. Back in the 1950s, Europeans were still protesting for border controls to be abolished. The Paris Treaty, which entered into force in 1953, had opened the markets for coal and steel between the original 6 founding members of what was later to become the European Union. But citizens were not yet benefiting directly from this very limited common market. Germany and the Benelux countries were keen on creating a general common market, at times against considerable resistance from France. It took another series of conferences before statesmen could sign, on the 25th of March 1957 on the Capitoline Hill in Rome, the treaties that have been named after the Italian capital. The Rome Treaty became the founding document of the European Economic Community, which aimed at creating a full customs union between its members and a common market offering free movement of goods, services, capital and people.
It's undoubtedly been one of the big success stories of the European Union, or indeed the original European community.
Wenn man von Binnenmarkt spricht, was ist das denn eigentlich? Das ist der Warenverkehr, das ist der freie Zugang zu Berufen für die Bürger und Bürgerinnen, das ist die Dienstleistungsfreiheit in der Europäischen Union.
While the advantages of moving goods across Europe were obvious to most Europeans, such wasn't always the case for capital or services.
Und wenn es um die Dienstleistungsfreiheit geht, da stoßen wir immer noch an vielen Vorurteilen in den Mitgliedstaaten, weil in jedem Mitgliedstaat meinen die Leute, ja, unser System ist das allerbeste.
The problem there is that there are a whole network, a spider's web of barriers that member states have erected over the years, in some cases long historical reasons, stopping businesses coming in from other countries.
While the internal market now covers all fields initially envisaged by the EU's founding fathers, it is far from being accomplished.
I think one of the things that we have to guard against is some feeling of complacency that this job is already done. There's too much of a feeling the single market is being taken for granted by people because they're taking advantage of its benefits.
And those benefits aren't always merely economic.
Wenn wir in unsere Geschichte zurückschauen, in den letzten Jahrhunderten, gibt es keinen einzigen Zeitraum, in dem in diesem geografischen Raum so lange keine kriegerische Handlungen gegeben hat. Das ist das Schönste überhaupt, dass wir den Menschen, den Bürgern haben schenken können mit der Europäischen Union. Und das sollten wir auch hochhalten.
It's easy to miss that wood for the trees of Europe's sometimes still tricky border crossing rules.